gotta fight for your right to Saber. It's all coming up on Weird Things TV. For this July 7th, 2010 edition of the program, I'm Justin Robert Young, editor of WeirdThings.com. If you are familiar with our humble little site, then you will know that Bill Meeks, one of our writers, is obsessed with the Spider 3 Pro laser. It's this little Arctic bad boy sold by Wicked Lasers, and it's basically a real-world lightsaber. It's a real laser. Like, not one of those, I'm gonna shine it in John Starks' face while he tries to take a free throw kind of way, but the real, a sociopath is trying to burn off James Bond's nuts kind of way. That laser. The only problem is, it apparently looks too much like a lightsaber, which means it was only really a matter of time until, Lucasfilm got involved. And they did this week, sent a cease and desist letter to Wicked Lasers and put out a press release encouraging nobody to buy it. But I want to take this time real quick to make a plea to those people at Lucasfilm. Now, I'm not one of those guys who thinks that Uncle George diddled his childhood because he cashed in on a couple kiddie flicks in the late 90s and early aughts. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have the Plinkett reviews. So in my mind, we're even. And I'm not an expert on personal liability law or copyright infringement, and I'm sure that there is an army of lawyers that do nothing but sit around all day making sure that the machinery around the Star Wars empire is protected, so all of their phony baloney jobs are kept intact, and it is their right. God bless them. But if there's somebody, yes, somebody in the Lucasfilm office that is watching this right now, I say, please let these lasers go. Here's how things work. Nerds watch sci-fi movies. Then they go out into the real world, get an education, and then build physical objects that look like the things that they saw in the sci-fi movies and TV shows. This laser might be the closest thing that we ever get to a real-life lightsaber. Who doesn't want a real-life lightsaber in their hands? We've all I did that earlier at the beginning of the show. It's the coolest thing in the world. Lucasfilm, I implore you. You've given our culture a tremendous gift. The gift of invention, the gift of imagination, the gift of knowing that one day, maybe, if we had the know-how and the resources and the gumption and the money, that we could make our dreams real. And if we can't fight for that, then what can we fight for? Why are we doing a site called Weird Things, where we try to find physical reality to the insane legends and monsters that we've grown up adoring? You folks, stand up right now and say to your webcam, save the laser! 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 Do me a favor, record yourself saying save the laser, upload it to YouTube, and make it a response to this video. Let's let everybody know this is a digital chant. We want to see really awesome sci-fi inventions made into real physical products. In other news, on the last episode of Weird Things TV, we talked about Paul the Octopus, who, by the way, won again! He bet against Germany, and then they lost against Spain. He picked Spain, and Spain won. He's undefeated. He's not even sticking to Germany. He's transcended nation. This is insane! Anyway, we talked about psychic animals, and how Argentina had a dolphin that they thought was psychic, but he wasn't because the Argentine, they blew it against Germany. But we asked you for your best psychic animals and what you thought would be the most psychic animals ever. And you guys came up with awesome suggestions, and I'm going to read 3 of them. Black Sora 325 said, I would like to see the Australian psychic dingo working for Italy. Wouldn't it be epic? All the different animals in the world, free agents working for other countries. That's pandemonium. Also on YouTube, VOC771 wrote, I vote for the psychic titmouse because I like saying titmouse, so do I. Titmouse. But the best, and I'm going to read this one verbatim on a sheet because it's so awesome. On the WeirdThings.com site, Zalidus wrote, Psychic Shark! Not only would the shark have precognition, but telepathy and telekinesis and pyrokinesis as well. He'd set boats on fire, and as the people jumped ship, he telekinetically pulled them down towards his waiting maw. And I guess during his off hours, he'd predict sporting events and stuff, but he'd probably make a fortune in sports-related gambling. Why isn't this a movie yet? Somebody make this film already! We couldn't agree more! Boom! That wraps it up in this edition of Weird Things TV. If you want to read our website, it is weirdthings.com. If you want to follow us on Twitter, it is @weirdthingscom. Until next time, I'm Justin Robert Young. Stay weird. Who wants to learn how to create a lake monster hoax in 3 easy steps? Click on that box now, you hear?